You might be offering the very best value in the world, but if your subject headings aren't conveying this, then it won't matter. Without the right subject heading, no one will open your emails, and what's more, they'll just likely end up in the spam box. Did you know that 1/3 of customers will open emails or delete them based on the subject heading alone? As you can see then, this is a pretty important area to consider. If you don't do this, then people will never even get the chance to open your emails. To do this, you need to understand how spam filters work, and basically this is in a manner similar to Google. Spam filters have scripts that will sift through the content in each new email looking for keywords. When they find a keyword that is associated with being a spam message, it will then get sent to the spam folder. Now, what are these keywords? Well, they're different for every email client, so you're not going to be able to find a complete list anywhere, but some common ones include download, store, shop, money back, gambling, Viagra, handbags, and so on. The list just goes on and on. So take a look through your own spam box and try to see what kind of content is in there. Look for words that occur regularly and avoid them. Additionally, spam filters go beyond this and will look at a wide range of factors to decide whether the content is valuable or not. Again, this works very similarly to Google. For example, spam filters look at the ratio of images to text. If this is too high or too low, that'll be flagged up. Likewise, the length of the content is also taken into account. If you have too many words, then this will be considered a warning sign, but the same also goes for very short emails. Designing high-quality content will help you to automatically sidestep many of these problems. If you're delivering great quality information that people want to read, then the spam filter will have no reason to block you. And the more advanced the spam filter becomes, the less likely you'll be to get blocked. This is the best strategy because it's future-proof. And the same goes for SEO too. Keep delivering great content for your website and you'll find that Google will want to help people to find you. The more Google develops their algorithm, the better your chance of being found. Something else you can do, though, is to simply ask your readers to whitelist you and ask them to put you in their main inbox. This might seem simplistic, but it really works. If you followed the advice in this series up to this point, then your readers should be excited to hear from you and they should be loving what they've seen so far. If you then ask them to make sure they get to see your emails, well, why wouldn't they? And this will help you to develop a good reputation among spam filters. That's right, you can actually develop a sender reputation over time that might get considered by spam filters across the board. Another important reason to play by the rules. If you want to find out what your current sender reputation is, you can do so by checking out dnsstuff.com. This way, you'll be able to see if you're blacklisted by many email clients. Another tip is to get email sender accreditation from a third-party ISP. This will help to ensure that you develop your reputation for the better. Finally, avoid using huge images and implement alt tags so that the spam filters know what they are. If you do this, then it will help you avoid the spam filters and, as we'll see, it will also help with the human spam filters. Because in fact, humans work in a very similar way when we're looking through emails and filtering out spam. Most of us are in a rush when we're checking email, so what we tend to do is just run our eyes down the list of subjects and senders and look out for keywords that tell us if something is worth opening. And do you know what always puts us off? Anything that sounds like marketing. As we've mentioned at the start of this series, people are currently bombarded with marketing message and most of us are sick of it. What's more, it's highly unlikely that what essentially boils down to an advert is going to be all that interesting or worth our time reading. It's transparent, it's irritating, and it offers no value. Your job is, once again, to not sound like a marketer. That means you need to sound like a great article, or you need to sound almost like a friend or contact. That is why using the subscriber's name in your subjects can be very effective. This is a keyword we look for when trying to find messages we do want to open. Similarly, using re, which means regarding, at the start of your email can make it look like part of an email thread, which gets more clicks. Another good strategy is to ask a question or to invite a comment. By seeming more conversational like this, you can set yourself apart from all the marketing talk. And what's more, people absolutely love giving their opinion and feeling important. Ask for feedback. Ask if people will be interested in helping. Just make sure that you aren't tricking your audience. Always ensure that the content inside the email reflects the subject heading. Meanwhile, you also want to display the value in your subject, and you want to make sure that your emails sound interesting. Better yet, try to leverage some of the curiosity of your audience. This is something that the much maligned clickbait articles do very well. Clickbait is any article that's designed just to get people to click on it. Normally, to accomplish this, it will use emotionally manipulative strategies. These are the articles on Facebook with titles like, "You'll never guess what this terrible mother does to her kid next," or "Amazing superfood that's more powerful than steroids, but should it be illegal?" These articles get us to click because they use titles that stand out and make us highly curious. If we leave the page without clicking on them, we're left wondering what they could possibly have been about. But while these topics might be very effective at getting clicks, they're also terrible for building trust and authority. That's because the emails can never deliver on their promise. The result is that the reader feels tricked and as though they've wasted their time. Your job then is to use titles that are just as eye-grabbing and interesting, but actually have something meaty to write about. That might mean talking about a new study, a little-known technique, or the psychological implications of your line of work. If you use the advice we discussed earlier on in writing high-quality content, then this should come easily. At the same time, though, remember that most email clients only show 50 characters for their subject line. That means you can't make your subject too long, or it will get clipped and no one will see the whole thing.